And now we'll begin our discussion of the Eastern religions, and I'd like to begin with Hinduism. You see here a photo of the Akshardham Temple in Delhi. The temple was officially opened in 2005 and displays millennia of traditional Hindu and Indian culture, spirituality, and architecture. 3,000 volunteers helped 7,000 artisans construct this splendid temple. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, it is the world's largest comprehensive Hindu temple. Of all the religions, Hinduism is the oldest, and like Judaism, it forms the basis for a number of other Eastern religions, such as Buddhism. Most Hindus live in India. The Hindu scriptures, referred to as the Vedas, are considered to be the supreme authority. There is one supreme being, Brahma. The three most important functions of the supreme being are creation, protection, and destruction. And these functions have become personified as three great gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, who together form the Hindu triad. Hindus are polytheistic, meaning that they worship many gods. You will also find that they are very tolerant of other religions and gods. In stark contrast to the religions we have studied so far, the ultimate goal in Hinduism is to become one with the universal spirit or supreme being. At this point, it is believed that human consciousness is liberated into a divine consciousness. Total liberation is accomplished over many lifetimes through something known as reincarnation. In reincarnation, the solar spirit, after biological death, begins a new life in a new body that may be human, animal, or spiritual, depending on the moral quality of the previous life's actions. The concept that one's present life is the result of what one did or thought in their past life is known as karma. The belief in reincarnation was the basis for the formation of a caste system whereby people were ranked by their spiritual progress and not wealth. People's good actions in this life are thought to earn them promotion to a higher caste in the next life. The principles of Hinduism are purity, self-control, detachment, truth, and nonviolence. Purity is both a ceremonial goal and a moral ideal and has led to elaborate rules regarding food and drink. Since self-control governs both the body and the mind, Hinduism does not teach its followers to suppress the flesh completely, but rather to regulate its appetites and cravings. The highest aspect of self-control is thought to be detachment. Detachment from desire leads to separation from suffering. The pursuit of truth is indispensable to the progress of humans, and truth is always associated with nonviolence. This concept of nonviolence is known as ahimsa, and literally means do no harm. As a result, all living creatures are considered to be sacred. Although the eating of meat is not specifically prohibited, many Hindus are vegetarians because they adhere to the concept of ahimsa. Cows are considered to be especially sacred and are a common sight in India as they freely roam the streets. Pork is seldom consumed. Crabs, snails, crocodiles, and numerous birds are also restricted. Fish with ugly form, antelopes, camels, bats, boars, garlic, turnips, onions, mushrooms, and red foods are also restricted. Alcohol should be avoided, and one should also avoid consuming foods prepared by certain groups of people, such as prostitutes. It seems like avoiding fish with ugly form is a bit ambiguous, but I suppose it would include fish such as this stargazer fish, which just so happens to be poisonous. This is probably a good time to mention that a lot of the foods, especially animal foods that are prohibited by religions in general, are often foods that are known to be scavengers or those known to be plagued with parasites. There has been a great deal of controversy over the reasons for these rules, as seen in the article entitled Cultural Controversy, Meat Prohibitions in your text. Intertwined with Hindu food customs is the concept of purity and pollution. Pollution is the opposite of purity and should be avoided. It is felt that the laws lead to purity of mind and spirit. Purifying products include the products of the living cow, water, especially the water of the Ganges River, turmeric, and sandalwood paste. All body fluids and excretions are considered polluting and are avoided, along with any other types of pollution. There are 18 major festivals in the Hindu religion, but we'll just look at 3 for the purposes of this class: Holi, Dussehra, and Diwali. Holi is a spring festival, also known as the Festival of Colors, and sometimes as the Festival of Love. It is an ancient Hindu religious festival that has now become popular with non-Hindus in many parts of South Asia, as well as people of other communities. It's also known as Krishna's Triumph, and it takes place right around the time of the spring equinox. Dussehra celebrates the victory of good over evil, and Diwali is the darkest night of the year when souls return to earth. It is also known as the Festival of Lights. Marriages, births, and deaths are also celebrated. At celebrations, the wealthy help the poor celebrate. And this is just a photo of a man selling bright colors in the days and weeks before Holi, which, as I mentioned, is a celebration of colors and takes place in the spring. Hindus, like Jews, follow a lunar calendar of 355 days, so fasting dates change from year to year. Fasting may mean eating no food at all or just abstaining from specific foods or meals. Fasting practices vary according to how devout one is, and there are numerous fast days.